What if I told you some of the world's most successful people started with nothing, just a garage, a dream, and relentless drive? Today, we'll dive into the wild journeys of 7 billionaires, uncovering the risks, failures, and secrets that took them from zero to hero. This isn't just a list, it's a blueprint for success with patterns you can use in your own life. Let's jump in with the college dropout who changed the world from his parents' garage. First up, Steve Jobs, a name synonymous with innovation, design, and a relentless pursuit of perfection. The visionary who redefined technology, leaving an indelible mark on the world as we know it. Jobs dropped out of Reed College after just one semester, a decision that seemed unconventional at the time. He was worried about his parents' finances, feeling the weight of their investment in his education. But instead of leaving entirely, he stuck around to audit classes that genuinely interested him, like calligraphy. That random class, it seemed insignificant at the time, but it inspired the beautiful fonts and typography that set Apple computers apart, giving them a unique aesthetic edge. After a spiritual trip to India, seeking enlightenment and a deeper understanding of himself, Jobs teamed up with Steve Wozniak, a brilliant engineer with a knack for building things. Together, they began to build computers in his parents' garage, a humble beginning for what would become a tech empire. Their first product, the Apple I, was a testament to their ingenuity and resourcefulness. It was hand-assembled and sold to a local store, marking the first step in their entrepreneurial journey. It was pure chaos, a whirlwind of activity, but it was undeniably the start of Apple. They had no money, resources were scarce, just passion and a burning belief that computers could be accessible and user-friendly for everyone. But success wasn't a straight line, it was filled with twists, turns, and unexpected obstacles. Jobs was famously fired from Apple in 1985, a devastating blow that could have crushed his spirit. Instead of giving up and succumbing to despair, he saw it as an opportunity for reinvention. He founded Next, a computer company, and bought Pixar, an animation studio with groundbreaking potential. Pixar became a giant in animation, revolutionizing the industry with its innovative storytelling and technology. Years later, in a twist of fate, Apple bought Next, bringing Jobs back into the fold. He returned just as the company was failing, teetering on the brink of collapse. He returned with a vengeance, determined to restore Apple to its former glory. He spearheaded the launch of the iMac, a revolutionary all-in-one computer, the iPod, a portable music player that transformed how we listen to music, the iPhone and the iPad, devices that redefined mobile technology. These products didn't just improve existing markets, they created entirely new industries. That calligraphy class, it played a pivotal role, shaping Apple's design aesthetic and making it instantly recognizable. Jobs' story is a powerful testament to resilience, getting knocked down, dusting yourself off, coming back stronger, and never losing sight of your vision, no matter how challenging the circumstances. He proved that you don't need vast resources or a privileged background to start something extraordinary, just relentless belief in your idea and the unwavering courage to keep going, even when faced with seemingly insurmountable obstacles. From a humble garage startup to a trillion-dollar company, Apple's journey is a remarkable feat of innovation and determination. Jobs' journey is the ultimate comeback story, a shining example of what can be achieved with passion, perseverance, and a refusal to give up. The lesson we can all take away from Steve Jobs' life: embrace setbacks, view them as learning opportunities, and use them as fuel to propel you forward towards your goals. Next, let's meet the man who risked everything, pushing the boundaries of innovation to reach Mars. Elon Musk, the visionary behind Tesla and SpaceX, a name synonymous with innovation and ambition. But his journey wasn't paved with instant success. He faced more failures, setbacks, and near catastrophic moments than most could ever handle or even imagine. His story begins with an early fascination for computers. He taught himself programming at the young age of 12, driven by an insatiable curiosity. This passion led him to create and sell his first video game, and then in a bold move, he dropped out of Stanford after just 2 days, driven by the irresistible allure to chase the burgeoning internet boom of the 90s. Together with his brother, Musk embarked on his first major venture, Zip2, a period marked by relentless dedication, often sleeping in their cramped office and relying on the local YMCA for showers, a testament to their commitment. Their hard work paid off when they sold Zip2 for a staggering $300 million. Fueled by this success, he then poured his newfound fortune into X.com, which would eventually evolve and transform into PayPal, only to find himself unceremoniously fired from the company while he was on his honeymoon. But instead of succumbing to despair and quitting, Musk, with unwavering resolve, risked absolutely everything he had on two incredibly wild and ambitious ideas: electric cars with Tesla and revolutionizing space travel with private rockets through SpaceX. In the face of such audacious goals, everyone, it seemed, called him crazy and delusional. Adding fuel to the fire, his first 3 SpaceX launches ended in spectacular explosions, pushing him to the very brink of financial ruin and nearly bankrupting him completely. With only one launch left, a do-or-die moment, everything he had worked for, everything he believed in was hanging precariously on the line. Against all odds, the 4th rocket finally succeeded, soaring into the heavens, miraculously saving SpaceX from total collapse. But the challenges weren't over. At the exact same time, Tesla was teetering on the edge, just days away from a catastrophic collapse. That is, until Musk managed to secure some last-minute emergency funding. Once again, he risked absolutely it all, placing his bets on a sustainable future powered by electric vehicles and renewable energy, and the seemingly impossible dream of interplanetary travel and colonizing Mars. Ultimately, Musk's story is a powerful testament to the strength of conviction, a willingness to risk losing absolutely everything, all for the sake of pursuing a vision that virtually no one else initially believed in. He didn't just simply survive failure and setbacks. Instead, he harnessed it, learned from it, and used it as a launchpad for even greater achievements. And the ultimate lesson here is this: that true and lasting success often means risking comfort and security, enduring seemingly insurmountable setbacks and obstacles, and above all else, never backing down from your dreams, no matter how audacious they may seem. Now, let's shift our focus and see how one woman, against all odds, transformed her life, turning abject poverty into a thriving media empire. Oprah Winfrey's journey began in rural Mississippi, a place where dreams often seemed as distant as the stars. It was a childhood marked by poverty, hardship, and trauma, experiences that would shape her into the resilient force she is today. She wore dresses made from potato sacks, a symbol of her humble beginnings, but her gift for speaking shone early. Reading in church at age 3, captivating congregations with her precocious talent. Oprah's academic prowess and determination won her a scholarship to college, a pivotal moment that opened doors to new possibilities. She broke barriers early on, becoming the youngest and first black female news anchor in Nashville, a testament to her talent and drive. After a disastrous stint in Baltimore, a period filled with challenges and setbacks, she was demoted to a low-rated talk show, a role many saw as her supposed last chance to salvage her career. Instead of succumbing to defeat, Oprah found her authentic voice, connecting deeply with audiences on an emotional level and skyrocketing ratings to unprecedented heights. She turned what seemed like a significant setback into her ultimate breakthrough, making the bold move to Chicago to host her own nationally syndicated show. Demonstrating her business acumen, Oprah founded Harpo Studios, taking complete control of her content and strategically building a billion-dollar media empire from the ground up. The Oprah Winfrey Show ran for an incredible 25 years, consistently breaking records, shattering barriers, and redefining daytime television. She fearlessly expanded her reach into magazines, TV networks like ONN, and film production, always operating on her own terms and staying true to her vision. Oprah's remarkable story serves as a powerful testament that your circumstances don't predetermine your destiny, but rather, perseverance, authenticity, and unwavering belief in yourself are the keys to unlocking your full potential. She didn't just break barriers in the media landscape, she completely obliterated them, paving the way for future generations of women and minorities. Next, we'll meet the inspiring woman who turned a mere $5,000 and initial rejection into a billion-dollar brand that resonates worldwide. Sarah Blakely was selling fax machines door to door, learning to handle rejection. Her billion-dollar idea? Cutting the feet off her pantyhose for a smoother look under white pants. She invested her $5,000 savings, pitched her idea to hosiery mills, facing endless rejection, until one owner, swayed by his daughters, gave her a shot. Blakely wrote her own patent, designed packaging, and cold called Neiman Marcus, landing her first big order. To boost sales, she recruited friends to buy Spanx in stores, then got a game-changing endorsement from Oprah. Spanx exploded overnight. Blakely ran the company solo, never taking outside investment. Today, Spanx Spanx is $1 billion brand and she owns it all. The lesson: believe in your idea, persist through rejection, and do the work yourself. Next, the man who faced more rejection than anyone, even from KFC. Jack Ma, founder of Alibaba, is the king of persistence. He failed his college entrance exam twice, barely passed the third time, and was rejected from 30 jobs, including KFC, where he was the only applicant not hired. Even Harvard rejected him 10 times. On a trip to the US, he discovered the internet and saw a gap. No Chinese businesses online. His first company failed, but he didn't quit. In 1999, he gathered friends in his apartment to launch Alibaba with just $60,000. Competing against giants like eBay, they focused on small businesses and trust. Ma's charisma and vision kept his team going through brutal early days. He wasn't a tech expert, just a former English teacher with relentless belief. Jack Ma's story: it's not about how many times you're rejected, but how many times you get back up. Next, how 3 Air Mattresses became a $100 billion company. Airbnb's Brian Cheesky and his roommate couldn't pay rent, so they rented out air mattresses during a conference. Their air bed and breakfast idea was born. 3 guests, $80 a night, and just enough to survive. They struggled for years, racking up debt and launching the site twice with no traction. To stay afloat, they sold novelty cereal boxes during the 2008 election, raising $30,000. Their big break came with Wycombe Inator, where their hustle impressed investors. They realized photos were key, so they took professional pictures of listings themselves, doubling bookings. Airbnb grew fast, facing regulatory battles and trust issues, but adapted with host guarantees and 24/7 support. Cheesky turned a desperate idea into a global travel revolution. The lesson: sometimes the craziest ideas and relentless hustle change the world. Next, the woman who changed the dating game. Whitney Wolfe Herd co-founded Tinder but left after a public lawsuit and backlash. She wanted to build a positive women-only network, but was convinced to apply her vision to dating. Thus, Bumble was born. With one radical rule: women make the first move. This flipped online dating dynamics, empowering women and creating a safer, kinder space. Bumble expanded into friendship and networking, all built on women's empowerment. In 2021, Wolfe Herd took Bumble public, becoming the youngest self-made female billionaire. She turned pain into purpose, changing an industry and inspiring millions. The lesson: use your toughest moments as fuel for innovation. Now, what do all these stories have in common? 7 billionaires, different backgrounds, one powerful lesson: relentless determination. Every empire started with a simple idea and the grit to keep going through rejection and failure. They weren't lucky. They were obsessed with solving real problems and refused to quit. The real secret: grit, resilience, and the courage to keep moving forward. Which story inspired you most? Drop a comment below. If you want more stories like these, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.